introducing peaceful protester and candidate for Santa Monica City Council, Kelley.
Thank you, Ethan. Hi, Ed. Hello. And welcome to my TV show on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over 2 billion people.
2 billion people.
Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless, and where I am running for Santa Monica City Council in 2026, right here in Santa Monica, California, to stand up for human rights. That's right, we can stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica, California. That's right. We don't have to wait for Trump to be out of office to stand up for human rights. We can do that right here in Santa Monica, California. We can start standing up for those that are poor and homeless. Instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness, we can do better than what we're doing right here in Santa Monica. We can make sure that we're lifting people out of poverty instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness. We don't have to follow in Trump's footsteps and try to deport all of the poor people out of this city. That's the wrong direction, Santa Monica. We need to be moving in the right direction. We need to be lifting people up, lifting people out of poverty instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness. I got these lights growing out of my back.
Yeah, see.
That's a little better. Instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness, we can be making sure that we are lifting people out of poverty and homelessness, and that we are standing up for human rights for everybody, and keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to a place where everybody has equal rights in this country. I wish we were at that place, but we have to keep working towards a more perfect union because we haven't gotten there. We've been working on it since the beginning of this country, since this country was created 250 years ago with our Declaration of Independence, and we've been trying to overcome all the faults and flaws that were inherent in our government in the very beginning. All of the things that we had to overcome, like slavery and the rights of women to have a vote, and the rights of everybody, no matter your race or your religion, to be included in our democracy. We've been working towards that over these 250 years, and we got to keep moving in that direction because we haven't gotten there yet. Why don't I start with that Declaration of Independence as we keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving the just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government, laying the foundations in such principles and organizing its powers in such forms as to them should seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established shall not be changed for light and transient causes, but accordingly all evidence hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable than to right themselves and to abolish their forms of depravity. That's not the wrong one. Let's go back there. Well, mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when the long train of abuses and usurpations, invariably pursuing the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new codes for their future security, for their future security, for their future security. That is the Declaration, originally sung by the Fifth Dimension. I think it was in the 1970s. I forget the composers of that. I think it was a Denight, somebody Denight, and I forget who else. But the lyrics, of course, were the Declaration of Independence, or a good part of the Declaration of Independence. And that's a beautiful document. It says that we break away from monarchies and that we stand up for the right of people to have their own government. But at the time that it was written, back 250 years ago, it only benefited rich white guys who owned property. And that's how our government has been for much of these 250 years. And we need to continue. We've overcome some things. We overcame slavery. We abolished slavery in this country. We made child labor laws so that children didn't have to grow up working in factories and on farms all day. We made sure that women had the right to vote in 1920. Women worked hard for their right to vote, and it didn't come until 1920. And it wasn't until 1924 that Native Americans were given the right to vote in this country nationally. And it's amazing. It was a long time. So when people say these people that are here illegally, they need to stand in line and do it the right way. Well, Native Americans were here before any of us, and it took them over 100 years before they had the right to vote in this country nationally. So we've seen, throughout the history of our government, we've seen that there are people who want to abuse the poor and those laborers and take advantage of their labor without giving them rights. There are so many that today would like to see these 20 million people in our country used for their labor, but not given their rights. But we need to find a pathway to citizenship citizenship for these people that have been used for their labor and not been given their rights, because we are a democracy and we want to make sure that everybody in our country can participate in our democracy. Good night, Ethan. Good to see you. Peace. You keep speaking out, and thank you for introducing me. We need to make sure that everybody in this country has a pathway to citizenship and can participate in our government, because there are too many who would use poor people for their labor and not give them their rights. And they're trying to do the same thing right here in Santa Monica. They have all these people working in all of these jobs here in Santa Monica, but they don't want them to live in Santa Monica. They don't want them to be able to afford a decent place to live right here in Santa Monica, and that's a shame. In many ways, Santa Monica is following the Trump administration in their dealings with poor people. You know, the Trump administration, they say people that come from all over the world should have to wait in line, but you know, Trump has a program that if you've got $5 million, you can get right in the head of the line for your citizenship. It's Trump's new gold Visa card is what they call it. It's a $5 million. You got $5 million, you can run right to the front of the line, and you don't have to wait in line. He'll make the poor people, he'll deport the poor people from other countries. But if you've got $5 million, you can go right to the head of the line and get citizenship. And that's the same thing that is happening here in Santa Monica. If you are rich, you can come and you can move right into Santa Monica and no questions asked. But if you are poor and homeless, they will try to they'll say, listen, we'll give you money to move back to your hometown. That's what they'll do. That's the same thing Trump's administration does. We'll give you money to move back to your hometown, but if you don't move now, you're going to have to pay for it. And that's what they do to these poor people here in Santa Monica. They offer them money to move back to their hometown, but if they get caught sleeping in the park, they get deported. They get deported out of Santa Monica. They get put in these programs like the Samo Bridge program, where they say, we're going to give you a citation, but you can work it off, and they send them over to the Samo Bridge trailers, and they have to be evaluated for what problems they may have. And they say, well, if you want to work off your citation, we'll put you in one of these locations somewhere else in the Los Angeles County, and it's probably some rehab center or some other program that they want to put people through. And then after 3 months of these programs, you can have your citation removed. You know, 462 people went through that Samo Bridge program this last year, and only 54 of them had their citations removed. And I asked the officer in charge of this Samo Bridge program, listen, how many of those 54 people ended up with permanent housing? How many of those people ended up in housing after going through this Samo Bridge program? He said, oh, I don't know. He said, I don't know about that. Somebody else might. But he said he was in charge of that Samo Bridge program. And that's a shame that they think that's a successful program when they're just pushing poor people down the road and deporting poor people out of the city of Santa Monica. That's not the way to deal with poor and homeless. We need to build affordable housing. We need to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. We need to be lifting people out of poverty and making their lives better instead of punishing people for being poor and homeless. That's not the right direction. We got too many people going that other way. How you doing, Blue? Good to see you. Here's one of my new songs, Blue. For their own good. For their own good. We got to get these homeless people out of our neighborhood for their own good. for their own good. We gotta give them tickets and make them pay until they all just go away for their own good. For their own good. For their own good. We gotta get these homeless off of our beaches. We can't pay for all these leeches. Somebody else should. For their own good. We gotta give them tickets and make them pay until they all just go away for their own good. See, Santa Monica can't house all the poor. They send us their worst from all over the world. We can't take no more unless you're rich. Got lots of money? Welcome to your new home, Santa Monica, honey. For their own good. For their own good. We gotta put them in jail, make them make bail, and when they fail, we'll say we knew they would. For their own good. We gotta give them tickets and make them pay until they all just go away for their own good. Oh, Santa Monica can't house no more. Forget you're tired, forget you're poor. Just send your rich through our front door. Hey, you got lots of money? Welcome to your new home, Santa Monica, honey. For their own good. For their own good. We gotta get these homeless out of our parks, or we can't feed them to the sharks. I wish we could. Hey! For their own good. We gotta give them tickets and make them pay until they all just go away for their own good. Santa Monica can't house all the poor. We don't got enough room. They send us their worst from all over the world. They're murderers, they're rapists. And we can't take no more unless you're rich. Got lots of money? Welcome to your new home, Santa Monica, honey. For their own good. For their own good. Gotta put them in jail, make them make bail, and when they fail, we'll say we knew they would. For their own good. Gotta give them tickets and make them pay until they all just go away for their own good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey! Hey! I'm sorry, that's the truth. That's what they're saying. That's what these city council members are saying. We're arresting these poor people and we're sending them out of our city for their own good. And that is just shameful thinking. If you're punishing people, if you're criminalizing people for their own good, I don't know if you know what for their own good really means. If you're not helping lift people out of poverty, you're doing bad government. Whatever else you might be doing, if you are criminalizing poverty and homelessness, then you are doing bad government. And that's what's happening right here in Santa Monica. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council, because I want to help Santa Monica have better government. You know, it's not going to turn around overnight, but we can stop criminalizing poverty and homelessness. We can stop arresting people and giving people citations for sleeping in parks and sleeping in public when we don't have enough shelter beds. And we can find safe spaces for homeless human beings to sleep. We can make sure that we provide 24-hour secure restrooms, public restrooms here in Santa Monica, instead of giving citations and arresting people for public defecating and urinating, because those are bodily functions. I don't know if everybody realizes that. People have to do bodily functions, and sleep is a number one bodily function. And if we don't let poor people have a decent place to sleep, we are just criminals, and that's inhumane. We're being inhumane, and that goes against our Constitution. So we can't fix everything overnight. We're not going to have enough affordable housing overnight, but we can certainly make sure that we are providing safe spaces for homeless human beings to sleep, and to make sure that we're not arresting people for sleeping. That's inhumane and goes against the 8th Amendment of our Constitution, as Justice Sotomayor said. We can do better. We can do better, California. We can do better, Santa Monica. We don't have to follow in Trump's footsteps and criminalize poverty and homelessness and try to deport all the poor people out of our city. We don't have to do that. We can work towards lifting people up and making things better. Because that's what this whole country is about. That's what some people have been working for since the beginning. I know that since the beginning there have been a lot of problems in this country, and we haven't reached a more perfect union. You know, in that Constitution of ours in 1887, it says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." They were talking about making things better. Oh, sure, at the time, it only benefited rich white guys who owned property. But since then, there have been people working to make sure that it applies to everybody in the United States. And we have to keep working towards that. We've got to keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all, because we haven't gotten there yet. Got to keep working towards a better day. What would you like to hear there, my friend? How you been, Blue? Getting by? You need anything? Bye-bye? What?
Get that real hard out here, man. Real hard.
They're making it hard out here? I know. It's not nice. They're making it harder on people all the time, and they're taking people's stuff. They're taking the possessions of these homeless people when they find them sleeping in the park or somewhere else, and they're giving them a 60-gallon bag. And they say, hey, you have to put all of your possessions in this bag because you're too poor to be able to own anything. And sometimes they arrest people and they take their possessions, and people don't get those possessions back.
Hey, play that song.
All right, this is for Blue.
Yeah.
You want to say, hey, Blue, you want to say hi to the people?
Yeah. Hi.
Blue's an old friend. He's been around here. He's seen how tough it can be.
Boy.
And he keeps going.
Yeah.
And we need to keep helping people like Blue lift up and move to a better day. What are any news about things that are going on, Blue? You say it's getting harder around here. They've been making it harder over the last year and a half or so. It's just a real shame. So we have to keep speaking out. That's why I'm running. I'm running again, Blue, for Santa Monica City Council. I hope you register to vote here in Santa Monica. And Blue, who are you going to vote for if you do? Ah, well, thank you. That's life.
Yeah.
This is for Blue. That's life. Hey, Bo, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Peace. That's life. That's what people say. Riding high in April and shot down in May. Oh, is that how it starts? That's life. That's what people say. Riding high in April and shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. That's life. Funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks to stomp on a dream. But I ain't gonna let it bring me down, 'cause this final world keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I lift myself up and get back in the race. That's life. I'm annoyed. I've been serving every night about a poet, but I ain't gonna let it get me down, 'cause this final world keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. Ah, that's life. I can't deny it. Good to see you, Ollie. Oh, that's life. I can't deny it. Thought of quitting, baby, but my heart ain't gonna buy it. But if there's nothing shaking come this here July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a great big ball and die my. Hey! Good to see you.
Yo.
No, I got one right here.
No,
I got one right here. Thank you, though. You keep that one. I got this one.
No.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you. Good to see you, Blue, and you keep on keeping on and spread the peace and love, and I hope people are kind to you. Because we got to keep working towards a better day for everybody, because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to a place where we have equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. We can do better. We can do better right here in Santa Monica. We don't have to follow in the footsteps of Trump and try to treat poor people like they're criminals. And that's what Santa Monica's been doing for quite a while. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. You know, I came out here on this promenade. I've been performing out here in different clubs and things since the 90s, since the late 80s, 90s. But the last 10 years I've been out here playing my guitar, and I've seen the way that they've been treating the poor people, making it harder and harder for them to survive. And now, since the Grants Pass versus Johnson ruling in 2024, they've been criminalizing poverty more and more and more. And we don't need to be part of that. We need to turn it around. We need to show that we believe in human rights. And we got to work towards a better day for everybody, because we've done a very good job of being kind to the rich and the powerful. You know, the rich people are breaking records every day on Wall Street. The rich are getting richer and richer. We have a trillionaire right now who owns more wealth than the bottom 50% of our population here in the United States. How did our Congress ever let that happen? They're supposed to raise taxes for general welfare, for the defense of the country and for general welfare. Well, if you got one man owning more wealth than the bottom 50% of your population, you haven't done your job, Congress. You haven't done your job, government. And that's why here in California, we got to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act this fall. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. That's Prop 40. Prop 40. That's right. Prop 40 on the ballot this fall will be the Billionaire Tax Act, and we all need to get behind that. We need to tell all of our leaders, let's show that California can make a difference, that California can raise taxes on billionaires. We don't have to wait for Trump to be out of office before we raise taxes on billionaires. We can do it right here in California. And I sure hope you get out there and speak out for this proposition, Prop 40. Tell all of your leaders, raise taxes on the rich, raise taxes on the rich. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. That's right, it's a 5% wealth tax on the billionaires here in California. That's a 5% wealth tax over 5 years, and that will help raise hundreds of billions of dollars to make sure that our health care for the poor is funded, our Medi-Cal is funded, and other health care programs, and some food programs, and even some educational programs, I believe. But we need to show that, hey, California, we can raise taxes on the billionaires. We have the most billionaires of any state in the whole country. We don't have to wait for anybody. We are the 4th largest economy of the whole wide world. We don't have to ask anybody what we should do. We need to move forward. We need to raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich. Raise taxes on the rich. Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Right here in California. That's Prop 40. Prop 40. Prop 40, yes. Prop 40. Prop 40. Prop 40, yes. Yes, on Prop 40, that's a Billionaire Tax Act. Say yes on Prop 40. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Yes, on Prop 40, the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Right here in California. Yes, on Prop 40, the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Right here in California. That's right. Let's show that we can raise taxes on billionaires right here in California. Because we've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy here in the USA. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather sit around in my underwear than screw the poor and pollute the air. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a trillionaire. That hurts even to say that word, trillionaire. It's a shame that we let that happen. I'm not saying that anybody did anything wrong except our Congress, except the people that are supposed to be doing their job. Oh, sure, Musk made a lot of his money off of government contracts. There's no doubt about that. But that's not his fault. The greedy are going to keep being greedy until our government does their job and make sure that these rich people pay their fair share. Too many people say, oh, these poor people are living off the government. Hey, these rich people have been living off the government quite well. We got one one guy who owns more wealth than the bottom 50% of our population. So I'd say he's been doing pretty well off of our government, feeding off of that government teat. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna say goodbye. Hopefully not tonight. Let's keep going a little bit longer, huh, if we can. Now, I don't want you to think that I think all billionaires are evil bloodsuckers. Some of them are just sick. They're like hoarders or alcoholics or drug addicts. They get a little bit of money and they just got to get more and more and more and more and more, 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 more. Let's look at Elon Musk. Now they say he's our first trillionaire. He owns more wealth than the bottom 50% of our population here in the United States. Oh boy, I don't know how that ever happened, and we need to fix that. But until then, I'm not saying that we need to string him up by his fingers. I'm just saying that we need to raise taxes on those rich people. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act, that's Prop 40 to you, Robert. Prop 40, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. Yes, on Prop 40, right here in California. Yes, on Prop 40, right here in California. A 5% wealth tax on the billionaires here in California. We can do it. Oh, sure, we can't raise taxes on Elon Musk because he took his money and left. He took his money and ran down to Texas. But we can raise taxes on all the billionaires that are here and say, if you want to be a billionaire in California, you got to pay your fair share. And if you don't want to pay your fair share of taxes here in California to make sure that poor people can have the basics, if you don't want to pay your fair share, then you need to follow your friend Musk over to Texas and take advantage of those poor people over there where they don't have poor people's health care and where they have a $7.25 an hour minimum wage still on the books. I know people don't work for that too much, but they still have it on their books down there, $7.25 an hour. And they need to change that in the whole country. But anyway, what we need to do here in California is show that we can raise taxes on the rich right here. We are the fourth largest economy. We're going to have a 5% wealth tax on the billionaires right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around with greasy hair than sell guns and weapons everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna die. Say goodbye. Not tonight, hopefully. Let's put it off a little while. So everybody get behind that Billionaire Tax Act. Prop 40. Yes, on Prop 40 here in California. Oh, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Hey! I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around with greasy hair than sell guns and weapons everywhere. Rather be a bum than a billionaire. One more time, everybody sing along. Here we go. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around in the bear than walk around in the bear. That's what I'd rather do. Than see homeless people everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Woo-hoo! And I'll keep on working at it. And that's why we need to raise taxes on the rich right here in California. Get behind that Billionaire Tax Act here in California. Prop 40, yes on Prop 40. 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 That's right. Let's get behind that Billionaire Tax Act here in California. Show that California can make a difference. That California can stand up for poor people. Because if we don't do it, I don't know who will. And we need to move forward, California. We've been moving backwards for a while. Ever since Prop 13 in 1978, we moved pretty far over to the right with Prop 13, and we still haven't been able to repeal or remove Prop 13 to this day. And that's a shame. We need leaders who will get behind removing Prop 13. Because, you know, before Prop 13 in 1978, we had very good public schools, and we had a lot of good public programs that were destroyed by Prop 13. And we need to be able to raise taxes on the rich, and there's no reason that rich people should have it so easy to hold on to property while poor people have a harder and harder time. You know, these golf courses here in Los Angeles, they're paying the same tax they paid in 1978 while other people are having to struggle paying property taxes. We need to raise those taxes as well. We can do better. Huh? That's right. We need to raise taxes on the rich right here in California. Get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, Prop 40 right here in California. We can make a difference. We don't need to make it so hard for poor people to be able to survive right here in California. We can do better. We can be part of the solution instead of just following in Trump's footsteps, as so many would like to do. We need to keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. And we need to find a pathway to citizenship for those people who have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. That's a shame. There are like 20 million people, an estimated 20 million people in this country who are undocumented, who have been used for their labor for generations and not been given a pathway to citizenship. And that's a failure by our government. We should bring those people into our democracy. That's a lot of people who should be, that's like 5% of our population that should be participating in our democracy. De la Sierra Morenos, cielito lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando. Thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the the Gulf Stream water. Land is made for you and me. Ay, ay, ay. Cantando llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Ay, 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 ay. Cantando llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Ay, 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 cantando llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Those are beautiful words. They're talking about send us your tired, your poor. Not like Santa Monica trying to push all the poor people out of Santa Monica. Not like Santa Monica trying to deport all of the poor and the homeless out of their city. No, we should be more like the Statue of Liberty and help lift people up. I know Santa Monica can't do it on its own, but right now Santa Monica is following in the exact same footsteps as Donald J. Trump. That's right. They are deporting the poor out of their city. They are criminalizing homelessness and poverty. And that's the wrong direction, Santa Monica. We need to be moving in the direction of standing up for human rights. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council again. It ain't fun, and maybe a little fun, just because I'm getting to stand up for human rights. And that has to be something that we celebrate. Whenever you're standing up for human rights, you need to celebrate it, because we don't want to get lost in a sea of despair. We don't want to get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, of a week, of a month, or a year. Our struggle is the struggle of a lifetime. Never be afraid to make some noise, to get in some good trouble, some necessary trouble. And that's what John Lewis said. He was talking, thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. He was talking about standing up for peaceful protest and standing up for human rights. And that's what they did. And the civil rights movement, they made positive change in this country. A lot of them suffered a lot of abuse and murder, a lot of killing. But those people did great things for our country, and we need to celebrate them. And we need to celebrate our right to stand up and get involved, our right to stand up and peacefully protest and stand up for human rights. That would be fine. I hope we can get there. I hope we can have peace in the Middle East where everybody has the right to exist. How about that? I'm all for that. I'm for human rights for everybody. Okay, let's do that. Keep working towards a better day. Peace and love. That's what we're all about. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about bring some home to little girls and boys. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about enough hope to keep them off the dope. Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about you. It's about me. It's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me. It's about you. It's about saying Black Lives Matter too. Cause when you and me are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about you. It's about me. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Y amor. Assalamu alaikum alaikum yay. Assalamu alaikum alaikum yay. Assalamu alaikum alaikum yay. Assalamu alaikum alaikum yay. Thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. That's right. I think we all want to keep working towards a peaceful existence of everybody in the Middle East. These young people came and asked me about that, and I'm all for everybody having human rights all around the world. But we need to stand up for the rights of everybody right here in the United States and show that we actually believe in something right here, that we believe in human rights right here in Santa Monica, that we believe in human rights right here in California, right here in the US of A. We need to show the rest of the world that that's what we're about, is standing up for human rights and making things better for every human being right here in the USA, right here in California, right here in Santa Monica. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, it's about peace. It's about love. 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 How it's all about love. That's right. That's all I'm singing about is peace and love. Spreading it around a little better. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. No reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. We can do better than that. Amen. Peace, thank you. That's why we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act here in California. Prop 40, Prop 40.
All in time, brother. By God's grace.
All right, peace and love. Yeah, that's right. We can do it right here in California, raise taxes on the billionaires and help lift people out of poverty. And that's a step in the right direction. And I hope you all get behind that. Because we can't solve all of the problems of the whole world today or tomorrow. I mean, a lot of people want to talk about ending all the wars around the world, and I sure hope we do. But a lot of people are going to have different ideas about how to do that. And the beautiful thing about the United States of America is that we all get to express our rights, express our beliefs, and share our thoughts about what we think the world should be like. We get to have our different political beliefs and our different cultural and all sorts of things like that, and we need to stand up for everybody's rights to have these beliefs as they keep changing. We've seen religions change throughout the history of our world. Religions that are in place now, they have continued to change and move with the effects of government at the time, and we need to keep standing up for the right of people to believe however they will. If they want to believe something a little different than everybody else that goes to their church or their shul or their temple or mosque, if they want to believe however they want, that's their right here in the United States of America. And that's a beautiful thing. And you can believe in your angels, and you can see angels in places, and you can see reptilian people, and you can see Freemasons running everything. You can see whatever you want. And that's all right. It's your right here in the United States of America. We all have a right to express ourselves and to believe however you will. That's right. Even people, wait a minute, you're not a ghost. I don't ghost. I'm going to believe that you're not a ghost. But you could be, if you want to believe you are. Anyway, for everybody's rights, because our First Amendment of our Constitution is such a beautiful thing. And I love talking about it because that is something that sets us apart from everybody else. I think it says right there, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or petition the government for a redress of grievances. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless and for the poor and for everybody to be able to speak their minds. I don't care if they're like you and me, or if there's some pirate walking down the promenade, some pirate Juan. Oh, is this Juan?
Yes, I'm his cousin, Jack Sparrow's cousin.
Juan Sparrow, you're here. You're here on the promenade, Juan Sparrow. Did you just come in from the ship?
Yes, and instead of rum, we drink tequila because I'm his Mexican cousin, and I'm voting for him because he stands up for the people.
Why, thank you, Juan Sparrow. I didn't even know that Juan Sparrow could vote here in Santa Monica. But
is there ice around here?
Is there ice? I haven't seen any ice around here. But
because we were here before, we didn't cross the border crossed us.
That's right. And it's about time that you should have a pathway to citizenship, or your other ancestor, or
yes,
relatives.
Relatives. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're all human beings, but you can't take stolen land and claim it as your own. But also I do understand.
Even though throughout the history of the world, that's what people have been doing. But yes, I get your point.
Oh, it's like when the three bears. It's like when she goes into, it's like this bed is too small, this bed is too big, this one's just right.
Just right.
And that's how we are. I feel like we go into someone's land and go, oh, I like this place. I think we're gonna claim it as our own.
And that little girl should have been, what should have happened to her? Oh, I didn't even want to think of it.
The bears ate it.
And the bears ended up eating Goldilocks. That's what.
I love you, brother.
Good to see you, Chris. I don't know if that's the moral to that story, but I don't know if that's the end to that story either. But we have to continue to stand up for the right of everybody to share their beliefs and you know, if you have an answer to these wars around the world, I think that's fantastic. As long as your answer isn't spreading hate and hate speech. If your answer isn't persecuting people and spreading hate, then I hope you get to speak your mind as much as you want. Because there are not too many easy answers to a lot of these problems in the world, but we got to keep working towards them. But here in the United States, even if everybody disagrees with them, unless they are threatening people or committing violence or spreading hate speech, and that's a kind of a iffy line, you know. We need to have a thick skin and let people say what they think about us a lot of the time, even if it's not nice. But we need to draw the line from threats of violence and violence, for sure. And we need to promote everybody's right. I need to stand up for your rights to speak out against me, and you need to stand up for my rights to speak out against you, because that's what this country is about. Being able to question authority and share our thoughts, because too many of our leaders are blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless, and they think they should be pushed out of their city. They say, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're mostly lazy and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. They'll put you in the hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't yours. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kind of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. That's what they say, Sally. Don't be poor and homeless. How you healing up? Looking good. You healing up all right? Good to hear. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right, homeless people. Just be rich. Come to my Tony Robbins motivational. I need to get a motivational seminar. I need to get a motivational seminar to help me make $1 billion so I could just be greedy. No, the thing is, a lot of people say these homeless people just need to get a job. There are a lot of homeless people that do have jobs and still can't afford a place to live. And that's just the sad truth about the situation. A lot of people here in California, a lot of people here in Los Angeles County are working full-time jobs and can't afford a place to live. And certainly many people who work full-time jobs can't afford a place to live here in Santa Monica, that's for sure. A lot of these people who work here in Santa Monica. We need to build more affordable housing. We need to make it easier for human beings to survive. We're not, you know, as we're working towards a more perfect union, establishing justice, you know, if we're going to establish justice in this country, we probably don't want to criminalize sleeping and poverty and, you know, making it harder for poor people to just survive. That's not a good way to establish justice or work towards domestic tranquility. We need to keep lifting people up and making things easier and better for human beings, not making it harder We're not trying to punish people for being poor. We should be making it easier, especially as we move further and further into this technological era where we have all of these robots and artificial intelligentsia. They should be helping human beings to live easier, simpler lives and make sure that they don't have to work so hard. Instead of letting artificial intelligence make movies and make music and make art, they should be using these robots and these artificial intelligentsia to make sure that every human being has the basics: a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, and a good public education. That's right, we need to spend more money on education right here in California. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. We are the fourth largest economy in the whole wide world here in California, and we are ranked around 30th in spending on public education. Ooh, that's terrible. Ooh, doesn't that just make you mad? We are the fourth largest economy, and we are ranked 30th in spending on public education. We are ranked 40th in the outcome of public education. That's even worse. And but the worst, but the really bad thing, the worst, the bad, the worst. I know. Sometimes I have to laugh at myself. I get a little tongue twisted. But I got so much to say, and I only got a short time of a few hours to say everything over and over. But we should be making sure that we spend more money on education, because we're the fourth largest economy of the whole wide world. And, you know, that's, we can lead. We can lead in that direction. You know, one time California had one of the best education systems of the whole country, and that was before Prop 13, of course. But we need $80,000 per public school student, and we spend over $130,000 per incarcerated person. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. Spend more money on education, spend less money on incarceration. That came right there. Anyway, we can do better, and we got to keep moving towards that. Don't settle. Don't say, oh, we've done good enough. We've gotten close enough to equal rights, so that's fine. Rich people are doing just great. No. And as we move further into this technological era, as we see the jobs report, there are fewer and fewer jobs, because more jobs are going to be going to the robots and the artificial intelligentsia. And we need to make sure that human beings can survive during this technological era. Because, you know, every day I stop and I see the little Coco. It's a little fur down the road there. It's a little ways down the road, but there's a little Coco robot down there. How's it going? And you can see it. It's down there, and it's waiting for an order to take to somebody. Now, not everybody wants to have these delivery jobs, and I'm sure some of us have had delivery jobs and say, oh, that's not the best job. But as these artificial intelligence and robots are taking more and more of the jobs, we're going to have to figure out a way for human beings to be able to survive. We don't need to just take care of rich people's toys. Thank you, Peace. Good to see you. Rich people's toys making rich people money, while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how they're raising all the rents and the the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on rich people's toys, making rich people money while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how the reason all the rents and the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on our rich people and rich people's toys. On the rich people and rich people's toys. Now I know those little Coco robots are cute, but you know, every night they're being taken care of, they're being cleaned up and charged up, and all of their parts are checked to make sure they're working fine. And human beings are sleeping in the streets. That's right. We got robots all over. We got these autonomous cars. Autonomous? We've got these driverless cars out there all over the place. We got the little robots delivering food. We've got every kind of digital everything. We have this electric scooters and the electric bicycles everywhere, and we're littering our streets with rich people's toys, and we are criminalizing people for sleeping in the streets. Human beings are sleeping in the streets while rich people's toys making rich people money. That's right. They got the rich people's toys making rich people money while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how the reason all the rents and the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on rich people's toys making rich people money while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how the reason all the rents and the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on our rich people and rich people's toys. On the rich people and rich people's toys. That's right, all over this country tonight. We've got warehouses and warehouses, artificial intelligentsia. We're having to create more and more energy for these things, and human beings are sleeping in the streets. That's right. I hope you will all tell your leaders as we move further and further into this techno era. We're going to have to figure out a way for human beings to be able to exist while we're finding pathways forward for these artificial intelligentsia and these robots. While we're helping them educate themselves, while we're helping them take over everything, we need to be able to make sure that human beings will still be able to exist. Because tonight, we got human beings taking care of robots all around the world, all around the United States of America. We have human beings creating energy and taking care of robots and artificial intelligentsia. And humans are sleeping in the streets. We got the rich people's toys making rich people money while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how the reason all the rents and the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on rich people's toys making rich people money while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how the reason all the rents and the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on our rich people and rich people's toys. On the rich people and rich people's toys. You got got the rich people's toys making rich people money while the poor girls and boys live in the streets. It ain't funny how they're raising all the rents and the governments are finding ways to funnel all the money to be spent on our rich people, our rich people's toys. On the our rich people's toys. On the rich people, our rich people's toys. That's right. We can do better. We can better California. That's why we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Prop 40, yes on Prop 40, yes on Prop 40, yes on Prop 40, the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California.
They have to return everything they've been stolen. This is the law.
We need to raise taxes on those rich and make sure that they pay their fair share. I agree. That's right. We need to make sure that everybody can have the basics here in this richest, most powerful country in the world. No reason for anything less. Because we live in a land of milk and honey. We got plenty. No reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having their toys make them more and more money. If I could ever say it right, reach your hostage heart to spy the doubt you harbor, then you might come to believe in me. The life I lead is not the kind to give a woman peace of mind. I only hope one day you find you can believe in me. Too many hearts have been broken, failing to trust what they feel. Trust isn't something that's spoken, and love's never out when it's real. If I could only do one thing, then I would try to write and sing a song to end your questioning, to make you believe in me. Too many hearts have been broken, failing to trust what they feel. Trust isn't something that's spoken, and love's never wrong when it's real. If I could only do one thing, then I would try to write and sing a song to end your questioning, make you believe in me. You can believe in me. Pretty song, Dan Fogelberg. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day and sing some love songs. Spend a little time to sing some love songs. That's a good thing. And if I sing a love song, asleep in my bed, will you be the tune that runs through my head. Of tears from my eyes, will you lift up your hand and save me with your lullabies? Carry my sorrow, carry my joys, fill my tomorrows, keep me from news. Tomorrow without any word, will you understand the voice that I heard? And if I'm not returning for years till I die, will you lift up my head and save me with your lullabies? Carry my sorrows, carry my joys, fill my tomorrows, keep me from news. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day. We haven't gotten there yet. I just got my battery signal. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do with me. I give you my heart. I love you and you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely. Whenever you're in sight, I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I give you my heart. I hope you do believe me. I give you my heart. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely. Whenever you're inside, I love you for sentimental reasons. my heart. I give you my heart. I give you my heart. That's right. So keep singing the love songs, keep spreading the peace and love, and working towards a better day for everybody. Keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws, good public education, making sure that everybody can have good quality health care. We can do great things in this country. They have been done before. When people start saying all these people are communists that are trying to make sure that everybody can have the basics in this country, we need to remind them. Franklin Delano Roosevelt started Social Security, and they used to call him a communist, but he made great programs that helped lift people out of poverty, and we're still enjoying those programs today. There is nothing wrong with being a progressive Democrat who wants to make sure that we are lifting people out of poverty instead of criminalizing poverty and homelessness. We need to keep working towards a better day for everybody. We haven't gotten there yet, so keep speaking out. Keep speaking out. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Peacefully protest. Stand up for the rights of everybody to have the basics in this richest, most powerful country in the world. In this fourth largest economy of the world, California. In this very wealthy city of Santa Monica. Keep on. Keep on getting up. Keep on. Hey! Keep on speaking out. Keep on singing. Peace and love is what it's all about. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet. Well, you know we're on our way. Keep on. Keep on lifting up. Keep on. Lend a helping hand. We can't solve every problem, but we can try to understand. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Hey! Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Are you gonna stop by and say hi, Dorian? You doing all right? And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. One more time, here we go. You wanna come say hi, Dorian? Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Hey, good to see you, Pete. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Peace and love. My name is Wade Kelley. I'm running for Santa Monica Human Rights. Something?